Kentucky and Mississippi State might not be the marquee matchup of the weekend, but it has all the makings of a thrilling game. Both teams have had slow starts this season, but are fighting for a potential bowl berth. This game is huge for both teams. The Wildcats and the Bulldogs have struggled on both sides of the ball throughout much of 2016. MSU is reeling without Dak Prescott, and new quarterback Nick Fitzgerald has had some issues. Fitzgerald scored 3 touchdowns in Mississippi State's last game, a loss to BYU. However, he also threw 2 interceptions. Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops says Fitzgerald will present a challenge for Kentucky because of his dual threat ability.
Well, they're still very hard to defend. They've always been multiple. Coach Mullen, he's always been difficult to defend because of the things that we constantly talk about with the quarterback run game and the pressure that they put on and the stress that it gives defenses with the quarterback running the football and spreading you out and still have playmakers across the board.
Steven Johnson wasn't much better in his last outing for Kentucky. The Cats' backup, who was replacing the injured Drew Barker, had just 49 passing yards on 10 completions. Kentucky's offense has been bad. Statistically, Kentucky is 113th in the nation in total offense. 2 of Kentucky's 3 wins came against teams who were ranked worse offensively than they were, South Carolina and Vanderbilt. The Cats are also 4th worst in the nation in turnover margin at -8. Kentucky has also allowed around 3 sacks a game. Despite all the struggles, the Cats do have a bright spot on offense. Stanley Boom Williams. Williams is averaging 7 yards per carry, good for 10th best in the nation. However, Williams only had 9 carries each of the last 2 games for Kentucky. Give the kid the ball. Boom makes explosive plays almost every time he touches the rock for the Cats. Mississippi State head coach Dan Mullen likes the direction Kentucky's program has taken and complimented Mark Stoops and the Cats in his weekly press conference.
You see the improvements they've made and what Mark's done and building the program right there. Off to a 3-3 start, they've found a way to win some close games this year and do it pretty good. They got a lot of size on defense, size up front. They got huge DBs with long, tall corners on the outside to create matchup issues. Hard to create matchups with them with the size that they have on the outside and the big guys to stop the run on the inside. So excellent defensive team.
Defensively for Kentucky, they'll face a Mississippi State offense that has struggled in the red zone. The Bulldogs have scored in the red zone only 75% of the time, in contrast to Kentucky's 88%. That 75% for Mississippi State is tied for 110th in the NCAA. MSU has only scored a touchdown in the red zone 50% of the time on 14 of 28 attempts. Kentucky's defense is still struggling, though they have improved. The Cats are currently ranked 97th in total defense, but have still been atrocious on 3rd down. Kentucky, 5th worst in college football on 3rd down defense. Stoops has been impressed with the recent strides his defense has made.
I think, we've obviously talked about it quite a bit, but defensively, certainly a lot of those guys with the inexperience are getting better. And the practice time was really good for us because not only, when you're game planning so much, you feel the pressure of working all these scenarios, and sometimes it's really good just to go back out with young guys and fundamentally really work them to get them better.
This could be a game where the winner is the team who makes the most out of their red zone opportunities. It's a pivotal game in the Mark Stoops era, and I'm going to give the Cats the nod in this game. Don't let me down, UK. Kentucky 24, Mississippi State 20.